Welcome to Mango Bay. Today we're talking about me having some interesting life situations, and then we're talking about Vidhi Patel, who did a naughty thing in front of the Bakersfield City Council, and a bunch of other fun stuff. Come on in. We love y'all.
Mango Bay, Mango Bay.
Mango Bay.
Mango Bay.
Oh.
Mango Bay. Mango Bay. Mango Bay. Your Mango Bay.
For the exclusive content, don't forget to join our Patreon at patreon.com/MangoBay. Mango
Bay.
Welcome to Mango Bay,
Welcome.
your one-stop shop for South Asian recklessness. We are two best boys, Usama Siddiquee,
Pranav, Behari.
and we are comedians in New York City, and we bring y'all the South Asian news stories, the wilderness, the jungly, the good times, the vibes, and a little bit of sensuality. Patreon.com/MangoBay. What is that about? That is a repository for the best content of your life. Talk about it. We got Discord server for the community. We got early access. We got bonus episodes. We got archived episodes from back when our body types were opposites. We were complete opposites in body. I'm Mike
Oh
Stans.
yeah, God, that was such a switcheroo.
Holy and now we're both rip daddies.
Well, I've been packing it on in the mid.
Actually, listen, we're gonna change up the algo. We're not saying F word anymore in the beginning of the 5 episodes. Joe, if you can change that after the ep, just lock that in.
Do you want to just start it over?
No. That's not a bad intro. Just Joe in post,
Joe,
please.
what do you think? Should we just start it over?
You mean you just want to beep an F-bomb?
Yeah.
Let's just keep going.
Okay.
I'll beep it.
All right.
Thank
Cool.
you. Good. We're going for the stars now, guys. Come
We've
on
got
down.
an amazing Patreon, dude.
Hell
and
yeah.
Like the thing is, like now it's been just like a trickle. It's been like 1 or 2 new ones every week. Guys, you got to come back in, come in hard and heavy because it's a bunch of archived episodes. It's like our
Yes.
first 200 episodes,
Yes.
which are very spicy, probably our spiciest material. You get early access to our episodes. That means when we're giving all the hot takes, you're getting them when the shit is usually happening. So it's best to get on it for that.
Immediacy.
Then you can clip it up and spread it around town as well as you see fit. Do what
sure.
you want to do. We're not picky about that kind of thing. Let's see, what else do we have? A Discord server.
Huge.
You get to shape what the show is in many ways. Tell us things that you want to hear about.
People go off on that, man. There's sometimes random people that you never know were fans, and then they're like, "I've studied Mango Bay for as a minor in my college," and
Dude, it's
know
so
what I'm
wild
saying?
because you know what? My girlfriend went to a wedding in Toronto, and it was like a Sri Lankan Tamil wedding or some shit. And she was like, "Yeah, I was talking to all these Bangladeshi and Sri Lankan guys." I was like, "Stop that! How dare you?"
talking.
Oh God!
Talking.
Vile woman.
Take off your camise if you must.
But she was like, when they found out who I was, they're like, "We love Mango Bay. Wow!" And these are like Australians too.
That's so hilarious. Like,
They were all Australian, like Tamils and Bengalis.
this is like the idea, like they're coming up to hit on your girl, and she's like, "They're gonna come to hit on me," and then they're like, "We couldn't help but notice how much we love your boyfriend. Oh man, he rocks. Woo! Can I him? Can I frick him?"
Oh God, I knew that was gonna happen. Bleep that out too, I guess, Joe.
Bleep out the frick, keep the other one.
We can keep the frick, right?
We can keep some frick.
Very cool. Very cool. As far as the eye can see, Mango Bay. I expect to be in Judgment Day in line, waiting for my judgment.
Yeah.
Look behind me. Psst.
Big fan. Love your stuff. Satan, Shaitan, and you can see.
Yeah, you look
Just a
around.
big
you're-
fan.
you're
One of the
actually-
reasons you're here
is-
because I'm a big fan of your stuff.
And they're like, "Why am I getting ass fucked by a pitchfork?" Episode 35, Desi lying.
Joe, can you bleep out ass fuck with a pitchfork too?
All right, now we should start over again.
What? That's not even a curse word.
That's true. It's from the Bible, I
Yeah.
guess technically, or the Quran. or
Sodom.
whatever.
Have you read it? All right.
Man, I've had such a month.
Yeah. Today, my boys.
I just got to say, I've had a
My
month.
boys feeling it.
It's been it's like I've been experiencing life in its truest form. I started the month on an extreme high note.
Yes.
Got into an amazing festival
Huge.
for my web series, Problematic. Excuse me. signed a deal for like another TV project as well. And then I got cast in a big TV show for a recurring role.
That's huge.
That's the biggest thing. And then I find out yesterday I get laid off from my day job.
Bam.
The fuck is that? Just when I think...
Whoa.
Sorry.
Look at you go.
Just when I think your boy is on the butter chicken train with some naan wheels.
Hey.
Okay, some chapati wheels.
Dripped in tamarind.
You know, just shing.
Chapati.
Life is my soul's teacher, I guess. Gotta learn about the rhythms of life like I haven't already.
Listen, hey, sometimes the butter chicken train goes local.
I'll
I'll say that again. I'll say that again. All right?
It makes
I
it
can
makes a
confirm
stop
that.
in Bangin' City. Okay?
I can confirm that. I was 45 minutes late today.
That's true.
Oh.
yeah.
That's true.
Joe has all love for us. Joe can do whatever he wants. We love Joe.
Yeah, you
Literally.
can really do no wrong to
Yeah.
Usama. Unless apparently you make fun of Bob Marley like that one time. And we were just like mortally offended by
Well,
Joe.
I think one time
Joe harmlessly is giving like a little Bob Marley riff. We're like, how dare you?
I think Joe one time was like, so how many arms does Krishna have? And we're like, get out of the room.
Leave, Joe.
Get out of the room.
Racist, Joe.
If you can't understand that, then you don't belong anywhere. We love Joe.
Joe wanted to deny the credibility of the Mahabharata as a historical document. He was like, that stuff didn't happen. Just like, Joe.
Dude, you mean to say a giant toad ate his relatives and then they all...
I was this close from doing a Hindu fatwa on Joe.
Which is just him going, bastard bloody.
Yeah,
bloody. You bloody.
bloody.
That's the Hindu fatwa. It's
Yeah,
just,
the
hey, bloody.
The bloody is such a good add-on.
Huge.
You know.
People say they gave us railroads.
No, they gave us bloody.
They gave us bloody.
Yeah.
They gave us bugger.
They didn't give India railroads. They gave themselves railroads
For sure,
to
yes.
steal
But
things.
as a true gift was the
bloody.
word bloody.
Was
Because the word bloody in British slang doesn't even sound that good. Bloody.
Because before the British, curse words were nothing. It was like uluke pate, which means you're the tail of an owl.
It was too like Upanishads, like beautiful poetry.
You know, stuff like
These
that.
are all curses that were made by
Gade means
these are all
donkey.
like curses made by Panini, like ways to hurt on your fellow man.
Well, dude, when I was growing up, the worst words that I knew were like gade, haramzade,
Right.
kutte ke bache, son of a dog, donkey. It's all animal-related stuff.
And then one guy one time pushed open the saloon doors, walked in, he's like, Gandu.
Yeah, Gandu.
Left.
Exactly.
Everyone's like,
Mother chod.
what the fuck? Yeah, mother chod. Like, you don't realize how much better
Chod.
our cusses are than the American version. Like, fuck is a great one. We're talking like one of the best ones of all time. But like, Bain chod. Mother chod. Like, there's a rhythmic to it that's like so deep and gnarly. It's
And
like,
the thing is, Indians are still innovating new curse words.
oh, of course.
Bosedik.
What's that?
I don't even know what it means.
Bolshevik?
Not exactly.
Wow, some
I tried
communist-
to look it up, and they were just like, it was like a kind of, it was like such a ethereal word that it just kept coming back around. Well, Bosedik means, Bosedik, It means BSDK.
IYK.
Yeah.
All right. My mom's curses were.
I'm not Indian enough to say Bosedik.
Dude, you know what's so crazy? One time, one of my mom's favorite words. My mom was actually a potty mouth, to be honest. Like, Nargis was a potty mouth. She had no regard for human life, right? So when she got angry, there would be things said. Jesus Christ, now we got like a live bottle.
That's true.
Bring in the Mentos, Joe. Let's fucking party. So her main ones were Shura Bacha. You know that one, right?
Son of a pig.
Son of a pig. Then she had Haramzada, obviously, like
course, classic.
doer of haram, right? But one of her main ones was Baal. And she'd be like, just like Baal.
Baal?
So Baal, when I asked in Bangladesh, they were all like, it means hair. It means hair.
That's what I hear when I hear
No.
Baal.
And it does mean hair.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about.
wow.
Rhymes with pubes. It is pubes. So it is pubes. So my mom, for years, 18 years, I didn't know this.
You little pube.
Would just be calling me a pube. Would be yelling pube at me for 18 years. And one day I asked in Bangladesh at my brother's wedding, I'm like, what's Baal? And
You're up there giving the toast. It's like, hey guys, over here. What's Baal anyway? Oh.
I want to start using that like when I stub my toe. Like
Pubes.
pubes. My mom would yell. That's how you use it too.
Pubes.
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 Ah, God, pubes on rice.
Pubic hair on rice. Son of a pube. Yes, my mom yelled pubes.
So good.
My mom yelled pubes a
Ah,
lot.
pubes, I stubbed my toe. It's pubin tax season.
Puba, please. Man.
I was pubing my wife last night.
Oh, pube it up.
That's that's I don't know if that's
No. Pube it up, dude. Pube it up, dude. I pubed it up, man. Pubed up that toilet. Using pube as a surrogate for fuck is something I'm into. Yeah. That was my mom. Bal this, bal that, Baljit.
Baljit, I mean winner of pubes.
Winner of pubes. I am winner of pubes. Baljit.
Are you sure she wasn't just leaving out the more offensive part? And so Bal in Bangladesh is
Bal, yeah.
wow.
The hair of your pussy.
Well, on the subject, pubes, I got laid off from my job.
That's pubes, no. I'm sorry.
Pube City, dude.
That's pube.
Pube City.
Pube City 9000.
And it was frustrating
That-
because I was like, hey, listen, at this job, I'm going to take it really seriously.
Right.
Because, my whole thing is comedy. That's my life,
Yes.
I was like, you know what? This is going to occupy front and center. Got a whole workstation. Trying to kill it. And nope. Restructuring. Laid me off. Worst part is, one of the women who was laying me off, she, a lovely person, I have to say, started crying.
Wait, so you told me this before. Why was she crying? Was it like she could not handle the pain of losing you?
I don't know. I think maybe it's an uncomfortable situation, but I'm like, Bo Siddiquee, Bal. Like, are you not clear what the situation is here? I'm the one who should be crying.
Yes.
I was kind of giggling. I was like, that's messed up. But
dude, she might have been a Mango Bay fan. Just realized that the Mango Bay fan won't be there with her anymore.
that could be it. Yeah.
I have gotten laid off maybe once in my New York life when I never had an actual job.
Yeah.
I've always been postmating or tutoring. But the one job I had was a tutor for a larger company. And then the hottest CEO I've ever seen was this like super tight lady who was super smart, worked at the job, and she fired me. And dude, I groveled. I groveled for my job. I'm not proud of it, but I was like, please, don't, please. I'm being vulnerable with you, man. I'm telling you a real story.
No, I'm feeling with you. I'm feeling for you. I'm not mocking you.
Yes.
Like,
I was groveling. I was just a kid in New York, 23, 24.
I know that I can because I know your story.
Yes,
here.
yes.
You were like living out of a Planet Fitness. It was like that movie Parasite, but you were living in the basement of a Planet Fitness. Bombing at Mike's, just continuous stream of bombing, and then getting bullied by like Dominican lesbians that you lived with. It was like a prison situation.
You remember that?
Yeah, I remember everything, dude. You're my best friend. You think I don't? I have your whole Wikipedia up here.
It's time to talk about the pegging now. Dude, the fucking, this is all very true. Yeah, it was such a terrible life. And my whole life was low overhead in New York, low overheads. I had this amazing job that was going to pay $120 an hour. And then she was just like, you said that the people at the private school were, quote, too white. So we're firing you. I told you how I got fired, right?
No.
So we were at this field trip. All the tutors were going to this field trip. This is a hoity-toity company that overcharges a great deal to rich white parents. Yeah. And it's baked in. The quality is baked into the price because like the quality anyway is like if it's very expensive, it must be good type energy, right? These people were all drug addicts, like artist types that just get like you put on a dress shirt and all of a sudden you're good. So we go to this school. I think it was Xavier, I think it was like one of the main schools.
The X-Men school.
It was perfect. That's how you get autistic people excited for it. It's like it's the X-Men school.
You're being racist towards mutants.
No eye contact is superpower. So I go to the elevator. I'll go to the elevator. About to go to this fucking this super white like open house basically for the kids. And I look at the names of the students on like this white sheet that's across the elevator. And bro, it's like
Bartholomew
Slaverson, Black Man Ownerson. Dude, it was crazy what their names were. Whippington McGee,
Chester 13th Amendment,
Jane Activia,
No Means Yesenhagen. It was the whitest group of names cross Bernenthal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. So I look at that. I'm like, I maybe go a little Friday with it. I'm like, man, this shit white as hell. And first of all, my friend laughed at it. One of my good friends at the tutoring company laughed at it. Dave, miss you, man. I haven't fucking talked to you since we left. He was like, everyone's kind of like,
Oh.
and I'm like, whatever, you guys don't get it, whatever. I mean, dude, it literally was like insane. N-word Johnson, literally. And afterwards, they brought me in. They were like, listen, that was like completely inappropriate, and you're fired.
Wow.
Because their whole job hinges on the idea of class, the idea. So you can't having a jungly is the biggest liability for something of that nature, a fake class, lofty class. Let's pretend like there is class. So I got booted out so quick.
Wow. You know, if you just waited like a couple years with that comment, they would have given you a promotion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like where we're at now is so different from where I was at then.
Yes.
This is what, like 2014 or some shit?
But you know what would happen is I would only have upgraded my ability to fuck up.
Yeah.
So instead of saying white as hell, I'd be like, these names trans as hell. So I would have just upgraded my level of jungly. It would not have been a difference.
Dude, I got fired for a similar reason. I got fired as a tutor.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Not a tutor, but it was like a teaching gig. It was like a summer
yeah.
teaching gig. It was like teaching SAT stuff for these kids. I was around the same age as you. And I was I was like very friendly with the kids. Yeah. I was like, oh, you guys are R-worded.
No.
Oh, I was like, what are you guys, R-worded? Something like that.
How old are these kids? How old
They're
are
like
these
teenagers.
kids? That's fine.
Yeah, they're teenagers. But this is at the beginning of the era where our word is suddenly not okay.
So it's 2017?
No, this is like it's like 2010. or
Oh,
something.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, this is just in. This just in.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
God, smacked up.
and they were like, "Listen, you got to apologize." You got to apologize to the kids. And in my mind, my truly R-worded mind, I was like, "No, I'm not gonna apologize to them."
Oh my God.
Like, they were being R-worded. They were being R-worded. And this is like in front of all the class too.
There's
I was supposed to do an apology in front of like
crazy.
75 kids. I was like, nah, you guys are R-worded. What is wrong with me?
I wish you had done the sorry speech and then just added the R word again.
It's like, listen, R-words.
Listen, guys, everyone here is an R word.
Shouldn't have said that.
and
I
I-
love R-words. I'm 1/16 R-worded.
Yes. And not just special ed. It was like people with the real, like they couldn't read and stuff. That's hilarious. And I'm glad you stood on business.
What's that?
You stood on business.
No, I'm not glad. It was just...
Again, the business was shuttered. and
Yeah,
it was,
yeah.
You stood on a shuttered business.
I stood on...
But again, we talked about this before in a previous podcast, like how stringent are our values of speech or whatever. Like when you got called out for the R word again at a show, and we both came to the conclusion that, like, listen, it's like actually okay to be like sorry.
Yes, for sure.
But at that time, 2010, this is raw Pranav.
This is very raw.
This
Pranav.
is Pranav still on the move. Pranav still like a writer at this point, right?
I'm still just. I was a very
journalist,
intellectually arrogant person. Was what I was.
And now,
I was
arrogant.
like, I'm gonna stand on business, but man, business was not going well, you know.
Christ, dude.
But you live and you learn.
This is the era when Pranav was poo-pooing homeless people as he walked by. Get a job.
That is not.
Get a
That
job.
was never my vibe.
You miscreant.
That I was never. You know.
Unless they were homeless and dumb, and then it's like, get your own dollar. You know what I'm talking about? That's what. It's funny that you mentioned this now, because one of the issues that's circling Pranav's mind right now is actually based on this concept as well, with his girlfriend.
Okay, no, I don't want to.
We can't go there,
go
but
into
that's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying,
go into
see the smile, see that it relates, and let's keep moving.
I can't go into that.
Wait, okay. So
sometimes when she misses me, she'll listen to the podcast, which is like so lovely and amazing. I'm very lucky to have her.
she's the best. She is the best. And
She
I want
is the best.
Felice to know, because he's listening, that I also think she's the best.
Yeah, you do.
Okay?
Everybody thinks Felice. Joe, what do you think of Felice?
Fleece, you're awesome. I like how your name reminds me of Christmas.
What? Oh, Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad.
Reminds me of sheep.
Fleecing.
Oh,
Fleecing.
fleece, yeah.
Fleece, yeah. Anyway, we love Fleece. Yeah. Well, okay, anyway. So Pranav lost his job, okay? He lost his job.
How long till we lose this studio? Till there's a guy sleeping underneath the table.
Pissed off my girlfriend. Life is all about ups and downs, guys. It's all about ups and downs.
It's not a bad thing. Dude, we've had this before. It's not like,
Listen, I'm used to it. I'm not even that upset about it.
I know.
It's just like, I'm just tired because I was up late, too.
No, there was a time maybe that was like even more crazy. I feel like it's not about where your money's at or how many jobs. I think for you, actually, what I've noticed is that if you're overworked, then you're on the down in the dumps a little bit. If you're overworked, if you can't get to sleep.
I'm not that good at sleeping anyway. Yeah. That's my biggest flaw as a man.
You don't get sleep?
I don't sleep well. I don't like sleeping. I always get up really early in the morning, no matter what. Last night I was up. I was watching movies because my girlfriend got Mubi, which I love. It's an amazing streaming platform, and I was like, let's get into some real cinema. And I didn't go to bed till like 3.
Oh God. Bad
and
news
because,
bears.
but it's not like I just then get the sleep that I need. I just always wake up early.
Dude, your wake up is insane.
Yeah.
That story I'll never forget, where it's like our flight out of Denver was, I think 4 a.m. or something, or 5 a.m.
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Our flight out of Minneapolis. I come in. I'm like, there's still like shit on my pant stains, and I'm just like, there's drool coming out. Like I'm snotting. And I look over at Pranav, and he's like doing like somersaults. My guy is like doing like a tango.
I'm a morning person.
He's like gay, actually. He's like, hello,
yeah, it's like,
rise and
wake up,
shine,
losers.
losers. It's time to go to the fucking airport. And then we get there. First of all, I'm like, I activate at 10:30. Yeah, that's my activation moment,
true.
and I stay in there. So it's 6 a.m. right, and then we go there, and then first of all. Fuck Minneapolis. They always have this massive line that goes 3 miles.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's Minneapolis. This is not.
I know. Where are y'all going?
No, I mean, I guess the leaving should be harder because who doesn't want to leave?
Perhaps everyone's just going away. But we see the line. I sigh, and Pranav's like, yes, line. Something. It's crazy.
I remember with the whole trip out of that airport. I think it was there, or maybe it was Texas. But you and I were stuck in like a 2-hour TSA line behind a guy with like Islamophobic patches on his backpack.
Yes.
Do you remember this? He was like a Latinx guy.
Dude, but that's the thing. He was a Mexican or something.
Yeah.
And those light-skinned Mexicans.
It was like Haji killer / bacon eater. I was like, on like
there was
backpack.
one that was like a man like eating a pig or like eating bacon.
Yeah.
There was one that was like the crescent moon with an X over it. Like, it was crazy.
It's like a cartoon drawing of Muhammad.
Dude. Oh my God.
Sounds like this guy got fucked over at a bodega once.
I think
Yes. And maybe right after that, he got fucked over at a halal cart. And then right after that.
Wait, guys, are we saying fuck or are we not saying fuck?
Okay.
I think you just can't say it for the first 5 minutes,
Yeah, for
right?
5 minutes, yeah.
Okay.
Fuck.
Yeah, let's make up for it.
Anyway. Yeah, that was weird as hell. I never saw him again.
No, of course you didn't.
If I did, that'd be the end of my life, I feel like. I become one of his patches.
Yeah,
He's like,
he becomes another patch.
I tell you about the Cheese Whiz serial killer
Tell me.
in Florida. I was about to fly out of Tampa, and they stopped the plane. I'm like, what's going on? Did an alligator come on or something? Like it was like randomly, like it was like we're just stopping, and then all of a sudden the state marshal comes onto the plane in Florida, takes away this emaciated man with a duffel bag full of Cheese Whiz. He's an aerosol can terrorist. He had a duffel bag.
Oh, like spray cheese.
Spray cheese.
Oh, that was like the height of America. America peaked with spray cheese.
Yes,
Continue.
that's what I'm saying. So he's a hero, and he basically brought on 45 aerosol cans of spray cheese.
Where was this the flight to?
This is in Tampa, going back to New York.
He's like, they don't have this in New York.
You know?
I need my spray cheese.
Or he was going to do like a 9/11, the sequel, but like cheesy or something, you know? A cheesy 9/11.
That would be hilarious if he blew up with the aerosol cheese.
That's what I'm saying.
That would be a whole new... They would have locked down cheese.
That's
That
what I'm
would've been
saying,
pretty cool.
dude. We would start killing French people. You know what I'm talking about? There would have been that's what would have been a positive thing actually, is if the cheese terrorist won and then we all started hating French people.
Yeah. That
They're
would
the
have been a
worst.
nice turn.
Dude, I did a show for 25 French people a couple of days ago. Not one laugh among them. But then I say like, Jusqu'à. They're like, oh, he knows a little French.
Where was the show?
Greenwich Village. Dude, there's a bunch of tourists. They're like in a group, like, yeah, we like comedy. We come and then
We love the club.
we love the club and we love and we ha. And you're not good.
Oh, you are like a Jelly Lewis?
Jerry.
Or who was that French comic who came to New York to try and make it, and he just like stole a bunch of American jokes and went back to France?
What's his name?
Gad.
Gad Elmaleh.
Yeah.
So he had a contest, an open mic contest, like best open micer
Oh God, that's so predatory.
gets to have open on my show, right? Then apparently, like they all just give him all their bits, all their killer
Yeah,
bits,
yeah.
and he's like nobody wins, and then just uses his bit for the next special. Insane behavior. Yeah. We all said "egad" Elmaleh.
Yeah, he was terrible.
He was the worst. I mean, French people in general, man.
And they're not funny.
One time, a couple days ago, I was going to this bar, and this guy, the French guy, comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, I know you do the comedy, right?" And I'm like, "Yes." What horrific thing you about to say? He's like, "You're very charming." Walks away. I'm like, "I'll fucking kill you. I'll fucking end you."
Why? It's true. You're
No,
charming.
but if it's before funny, I'm like, it was definitely a dig. Like, you're very charming, as opposed to the normal.
Okay, but you know what I've realized is comedy is, and being a successful comedian is never about just how funny you are.
Of course.
Right? It is about being charming. It is about many other factors,
Sure,
right? What
sure.
you're culturally bringing to the table. But having said all that, Europeans should not, I mean, it's always weird to me whenever I see like French stand-ups
Yeah.
or something, even British stand-ups. I'm like, just stop, bro. If you're not Ricky or you're not Frankie,
Yeah.
just stop doing this.
Stand-up is such a gnarly thing. If you don't like the gnarl,
Yeah.
what are you doing here?
It's an American thing. It's an American thing.
Sounds like Pranav's gonna get his own pins on his backpack. pretty soon.
I truly believe that. I don't like it when I see like British comics, especially.
What are you talking about? There's some funny
You
ones.
can tell a British comic without even the sound on. Like my mom will send me videos of people, and it'll be like a guy with a mullet and with like a Garth Brooks microphone.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, this guy's gonna have a British accent.
And you know what? He's sold out. He sold the fuck
The
out.
O2
Yes.
arena.
And every
Yes.
time they have their names and lights behind them, they have the massive. They love that. Just
Yeah.
massive name behind them, and they're like, "I hate my kids in it.
Yeah.
I don't like them." And you're like, "Shut up." I hate my kids in it. British comedy. One girl one time tried to tell me that like British comedy is better than American comedy.
Oh my God.
And
No, I went on. I remember during the pandemic, I went on to like you remember that thing Clubhouse?
yeah,
I went on to like, I was invited to some Clubhouse chat, and it was like British and American
Yeah.
comedians, and they were like trying to be like, British comedians are much smarter.
yeah, right.
And I had to get on. I was like, listen,
Oh boy, bring the beat down.
I was like, it's
Bring the
you guys
beat.
come here because it's better here. Okay? When an American goes to England to do comedy, it's because shit is not going great for them here. It's like playing in the WNBA or playing Canadian football.
Patrice did this.
What?
Patrice went to Britain.
Oh, yeah, he did.
You know why? Because the best comedian on earth literally said the F word to 9 like NBC execs.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, the only place left for me now is Britain. That's how bad Britain is. You know what I'm saying? It's insane. It's insane. It's Children of Men, but as a comedy scene.
It's. I mean, look, it's fine. I mean, I don't know who are some poppin' British comics.
Jim Jeffries great.
He's Australian.
Shit.
But yeah, he is pretty good. You're right. He's
Winston
very
Churchill
funny.
was the last funny Brit.
I mean,
You know?
the guy who starved millions.
What
of
about
your
the
people.
one-liner guy?
There's some bombs out here. What?
What about that one-liner guy?
Jimmy Carr?
Jimmy Carr, also great. Sorry,
Funny guy.
stand corrected.
Funny
Very
guy.
funny.
Funny guy.
He is so good. Yeah, I love
Funny
Jimmy
guy.
Carr. God.
He's very funny. And so, but he's not British. They can't both exist. So
What is he?
he's British.
He's British.
But he's funny, so I want to call him like something else. You haven't been to Edinburgh yet. You haven't been to
No,
Edinburgh, so
haven't
you
done
haven't
it.
seen
How
how
bad
bad
it
it
is.
gets. So imagine. So let's look at this, right? American stand up again can be bad, but the highest is good, right? American one-man show, probably the worst thing on earth, right? No, listen. British stand-up, horrific.
Yeah.
Now add British one-man show.
It's
You see the
terrible.
level? British one-man show. 2 strikes. It is the worst, horrific. There was one where it was just like a woman comes out and she was covered in clits. She was covered in like makeshift clits. And she's like, my life as an object.
Well, you know what? I think there's like a weird feedback loop to like, 2017 to 2019 Brooklyn comedy.
Yes.
We're like, this is how they're doing it in Europe. And these are all like hardcore humanities major types, you know what I mean?
I
We're
never
like,
thought
I'm
about
going to be a
that.
comic.
I never thought about that.
It's like, let's make it conceptual and like artsy, but it's just never funny.
Oh, that's interesting. That they
So you
learned
see
it
the
from
people who come
British.
out dressed in clits or whatever, at like Star Bar.
And then some lady with red horn rimmed glasses is like, you're incredible.
Yeah.
You're in the clit.
Yeah.
There's more clits from last year. You're amazing. And again, there's obviously funny British people everywhere. Whatever. There's people that are funny. But it's just like, as a culture, it's like, where's the stank? Where's the stank at?
Where's the stank? That's
Where's
a
the
great way of
stank at?
putting it. Where is the stank?
Anyway.
Their comedy seems to have evolved the same way dentistry has.
Oh, God.
Meaning not well.
No. As in, like,
Their teeth are getting better, and the comedy's slowly progressing.
I want to laugh.
Slowly.
I want to laugh, and then I see their skyline teeth, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
It makes me nostalgic for a time before 9/11. Every time a British person opens their mouth, I never forget those towers.
Pranav, can I come over one Saturday and not have a black Israelite protest outside?
It is the time, dude. If you come over Saturdays afternoon, early afternoon, it's Black Israelite hour.
They come in.
Those protests are really a bummer, though, because it's always just like, it's like 6 people. And I'm like, man, you guys are really losing fast.
They're a little sluggish looking, too. They're sort of
I mean,
like they
they're
just
all
ate
old,
barbecue.
They're like old style radicals, you know?
They need to add in some anti-vax stuff to get the thing going.
Yeah,
get
that's
in
right.
some, shoehorn some big name things.
Yeah.
And then sneak in.
Yes, I agree.
Remember where the signs you'd see like after like George Floyd must be avenged. But no justice, no peace. And this one guy's like, save the dolphins too.
Yeah.
Make sure, guys, dolphins.
Well, I remember during the Floyd, I think I told you guys about this, but like it was always interesting to me when the Floyd protests were happening, and then all of a sudden it became about black trans people.
Right.
Sort of like Black Lives Matter. And it was like black trans, and I always imagine like George Floyd in heaven, just like watching the protests and be like, yes, thank you, yes, Black Lives Matter, yes, my picture. And then they're like, Black Trans Lives Matter. It's like, whoa. What'd you say?
What was this gay shit?
What is this gay shit? What? I ain't no homo.
I don't fuck with that
I ain't
shit.
trans. I don't fuck with that shit.
We got a story for
Let's
you.
talk about Riddhi Patel. Did you see this video of this wackadoo?
No. I read the story.
Yeah.
She basically threatened a bunch of.
Listen, she gets up in front of like the city council of Bakersfield, California.
Yeah.
Arguably the least consequential
Yes.
political forum imaginable. Bakersfield, California. It's a place that's notorious for just being shitty and sad.
Yeah.
The worst place in California. She goes to a city council meeting.
Yeah.
And she gets up there and she's got the eyes of like a Manson girl.
Yes.
Right.
I've seen that.
And she just starts spewing the most incoherent jumble of things where she's just like, you motherfuckers are going to get yours. And people like me, it's Navratri today. We're celebrating Navratri. I'm like, where is this coming from? You're like you're clearly like an anti-Hindu type person, but you're referencing Hindu type stuff. And she's like, and don't think, free Palestine, we're going to murder you.
Oh, God.
And then the next clip that you see of her is her crying in court because they're like going to charge her with a felony for making terroristic threats in public. I mean, it's right in front of everybody. There's a bunch of cameras, and she's just like, "We know where you sleep, and we're coming for you."
Woo, but
there's no metal detectors at your home.
Is this a wrestling promo?
It's basically that was her vibe. You know, she was quite a stout Gujarati American girl.
That's crazy. You
Yes.
know, if she went to kill them right before the final words, be like, "Happy Navaratri, bitch."
I know. Total mixed messages there.
What an insane woman.
It is, and
Listen, we always talk about Mango Bay how like the Indians are getting shit on unduly. I don't know if this is unduly.
No.
This is very duly.
It's quite due.
Very
It's-
duly. You crazy woman.
But you know, I feel bad for her. I made fun of her initially, but I looking at her and I'm like, this woman is clearly mentally ill.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
And as 1/16th yourself, I guess it's one of those relatable things.
Yeah, I mean, she's really not well, and she's just like, I mean, you have to be crazy to be like, we're gonna kill you in your sleep.
Right.
Right.
It's wild.
So I mean,
That's wild.
it is wild.
We're gonna keep discussing
We're
this
gonna keep
on
talking about Ricky.
Patreon.com/Mango Bay.
Yeah, come on in.
Get on there.
Your mango bay.